What? You mean 10?
It's a cube like that.
Come on, man.
Communication presentation.
Buenas tardes, ¿cómo está? Voy a estar hablando de Oh wait, I'm sorry, wrong language. Let's start again. Good morning. How are you? Today we will be talking about Colombia. To get started, I have a question that I want you to think about while the presentation is given. How did Colombia get its name? But before I give you the answer, I'm going to turn it over to my other group members, and they're going to talk about Colombia's culture, language, nonverbal communication, and music. Take it away, Jeremy.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Colombia is located in northern South America. It is bordering the Caribbean Sea, bordering Panama and Venezuela, and Panama and Ecuador, and also borders the North Pacific Ocean. The religion is, most Colombians consider themselves Roman Catholic, and the church has historically been the center of the community, in which the church has the majority say-so of personal affairs and the marriage, but they also have a huge influence on education, social welfare, and union organization. The Colombian families, they are centered around social structure. They act as a support group and advice center for all the family. The family is very, very oriented with each other. They're very loyal to each other, no matter how far away they travel. They always come back to each other for advice on relationships, jobs. The elderly people in each family, they are at the center of the entire community. Every elderly person is looked upon for advice on whether it's work, family related, no matter what. The elderly are looked at for that kind of answer, for that guidance. But with that kind of responsibility with the elderly people, because if you start giving them false information, your family is shamed. So the elderly have a huge responsibility in being accurate with any information they give. Respect is gained in Colombia, like I said, by age and experience. You gain experience by finding a profession and sticking with it. You don't want to switch professions off and on. You lose credibility. If you stick with one thing, the older you get, the more people look to you for answers in that specific role. The hierarchies. People are respected to age and position, like I said. And it's very, very important for the Colombians to look at age, not only because of the we'll skip that. The meeting and greeting. When you meet somebody, you want to look them in the eye and shake their hands. In some cultures, you don't want to look them in the eye. You want to look at their cheek or chin. But in Colombia, you want to look at them in the eye. You want to be firm. You want to be steady. You don't want to stutter like I'm doing now. It's very rude, and they won't believe anything you say. They'll think you're lying. They'll think you're full of crap. But also, when you're greeting, you want to bring gifts to the host house. Don't bring lilies or magnolias. That's a funeral gift. You want to give them like whiskey. I'm serious. The more expensive the wine, the better. The more they'll like you. Especially imported spirits. That's the best gift you can give a host. And most families do drink, even the children, at special occasions. I mean, they don't go partying crazy, but so bringing spirits is the best gift you can bring to the host house. The Colombians use their surname and their just use their surnames. And some males will use their mother's name as well, but that's optional. That's just a brief summary on the culture, and I'm going to hand the floor to Katie. Thank you for your time.
For my studies on Colombia, I looked into the language of Colombia,
and I had to touch base a lot on the history to find out where they were to where they are now. The territory known as Columbia today was originally occupied by indigenous tribes. Just a few of those would be the Muiscas, the Cumbayas, and the Taromas. The Muiscans spoke Chibacan, which is part of the Chibacan-Paisan linguistic family. The Cumbayans, not much is known about them since they disappeared around 10 AD. Through archaeological finds, digs, and studies, they are believed to have spoken in the Chibacan-Paisan linguistic family, just based on the statues and pottery found inside the graves. They put gold statues that was mixed with copper that made them shinier than just gold itself without tarnishing as much, and pottery, and that was believed to pay the toll for the afterlife and the passing of the afterlife for their civilization. The Taromas were also a member of the Chibacan linguistic family. They were known for agriculture, gold works, pottery, trade. The Tarokans actually split. The descendants left of them today are the Kogas descendants. It's a Kogas tribe still living in Columbia today. Columbia was invaded in late 1400s, early 1500s by the Spanish, which gave rise to the Spanish culture, the Spanish language, and Spanish occupying, because most of the tribes were killed off by the Spanish diseases that was brought with them. Several tribes were killed off by other tribes just because they were cannibals. They ate other tribes, they would hunt other tribes at night, kill other tribe members, so the tribes had to come together and kill off these tribes like the Lils and the Calais just because they were cannibals. Many words still come from the ancient language of the Chibacan-Paisan family, such as China, which refers to girl. The Karuba and the Yuchai are types of fruit that they eat that come from the Chibacan-Paisan family. And many names such as Bagato, Sagamaso, and Zipracan are many other names that are in cities and names of people that come from that linguistic family. Columbia today is now referred to as the Republic of Columbia since they won their independence in July of 1810, and it was actually recognized by the Spaniards in August of 1819. And now I'm going to turn it over to Crystal, where she's going to tell you what you're saying without saying it.